Hey guys, today we're going to start our study of seventh chords. There's several types of seventh chords available that are popular and used all over the place in popular music, jazz, rock, country, blues. So it's very essential to have a good knowledge of them and where to place them across the neck. So what we're gonna do is a very thorough method. We're using this thing called a CAGED sequence, which I'll explain in the lesson. That is going to enable us to memorize our seventh chords all over the neck very systematically. So just get started with these, and the next seventh chord shapes will be coming tomorrow. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to learn these five major seventh chord shapes. We're going to play them all as C major seventh chords. Now, this system that we're using is called the CAGED sequence. We're going to learn all of our seventh chords in this sequence. It's going to make them a lot easier to memorize and categorize together. It basically works like this. Say we have an A major chord. Okay, so if we take that A major chord and move every note, we have two open strings in that, and move every note up one fret. So the second fret goes up to 3, and then these zeros go to 1, which creates a bar. Now that gives us a B flat major seventh chord, and then because this root note now is a B flat, and you move it up one more fret, it's a B major chord, then C. So it is what we'll call a movable chord form, and it comes from moving an A major chord up the neck. So in CAGED sequence theory, at least, they call it form A because that's where it originally comes from, and it's a good way to categorize it. Now we have that root note happens on the 5th string. So off of that, we're going to build, we can have a form A in major, a form A in minor, which is just an A minor chord moved up. And then off of that root note, we can build all of our other chord shapes as well. So we can have all form A's. It's like we can have a form A major, a form A minor, a form A minor seventh, a form A major seventh, a form A dominant seventh, and that's all off the same root note. So that's what we're going to do, is how we're going to catalog everything so you know exactly whenever you have a note on the 5th string, you can build any of those chord types off of it. So we're going to go through all the seventh chord types. So we're going to start with major sevenths here today, and off of this note right here, just look at the sheet to download the PDF of all these chords, and we have the form names under them, and it's basically played like this: 3rd fret 1st finger, 5th fret 3rd finger on the 4th string, 3rd string 4th fret 2nd finger, and then the 2nd string 5th fret pinky. And so that is that shape. And then why it's called, the good thing about CAGED is very easy to memorize your next available one. The word CAGED is C-A-G-E-D. So this is form A. So we know the next letter after the letter A in CAGED is G. So that is going to be a 6th string root note. Why? Because a G major chord, if you moved it up the neck, it's G major here, and then A flat. I moved everything up one fret. These went up, and then the zeros became a 1, and then up to A, up to B major, C major. Okay? So we take that same C, but make a same root note, form G root note, and build a major 7th chord. It's a little tricky. Be sure you mute that 5th string. It's a little tricky, but it's a really nice sounding chord. So we have form A, and then our next available C major 7th chord is form G. And then after G comes E. So that's just like, you remember this, I'm sure you guys know this shape. It comes from, that bar chord shape comes up from a moved up E major chord. So if you move that up here to C, I'll play the major 7th chord off of that. We have form E major 7th. So we have So form A, form G, form E. Now we know next is coming up to a form D. Now you know D major chord is only a 4-note chord. So that's how we know the root note, find that C, that root note is going to be in the 4th string. So this is just a 4th string chord. It's just like this. All right, and then the last one is going to be, we have to go back around to the first letter in CAGED, C, which is right here. Basically an octave up from this one. It's going to be up here with your pinky at the 15th fret, and then the 3rd finger at the 14th fret, and then barring across the top 3 strings. So we have form A, form G, form E, form D, and form C. Now when I say form, it has nothing to do with A major, G major, anything. This is just a form name that pretty much only guitar players would understand. If you said this to a piano player, hey, play form D, they're like looking at you like you're crazy or something. So just stick, you need to know whatever the root note, the lowest note is in each one of those chords, that's what kind of chord it is. I mean, they're all major 7th chords, but if it's here, it's a C major 7th chord. But if you take that same shape and move it up to the D on the 5th string, it's a D major 7th chord, or E. And that's the same thing for all these. Here's C major 7th, up to the D on the 6th string. So 2 of these forms have 6th string roots, 2 of them have 5th string roots, and 1 of them has a 4th string root. So get these shapes down, and we're going to learn our minor 7th chords on top of these in the next lesson. Have fun.